Good evening, everyone. This is an introduction about data mining. So we'll see basically what is data mining today in this class. So first of all, before knowing data mining, so it's a general term which we know already. What is mining? So you might have heard about coal mining, gold mining, granite mining. So similarly, we are going to do data mining. So in data mining, we are going to mine the data, whereas others we are going to mine different kind of materials. The same concept we are going to use where we are trying to mine the data. So why are we going to use data mining? What is the purpose of using data mining? So what is the motivation behind it? And what are the techniques we are going to use? So that we are going to see in the further slides. So coming to just basic thing. So what you know about mining? So whenever there is a, say for example, gold mining is there. So there are many places which are available for mining, but how people know that, this particular place is very famous for gold mining, and in the whole hill, this is the spot where, the proper gold mine is available. So how people are able to predict it and how they are able to mine them. So if they have a proper prediction that this is the place and this is the length I need to drill so that I get this mine, that is very very useful. So what that concept is called as, we are going to try to get the knowledge where it can be mined, what can be mined, at to what level it can be mined. The similar concepts we are going to use in data as well. So we have loads and loads of data. We have loads and loads and loads of data that is available with us. But whatever data we have, we're not properly using it. So getting the information and using that information and trying to process some knowledge out of it is very 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 important. So why people are going more into data mining is, be it so few of the applications like credit ratings or targeted marketing. So if at all we are given a database of 1 lakh names, then which persons are the least likely to default on their credit cards? So if I want to know that particular information out of those many records, getting it is not a small thing. So we are trying to extract those persons where they are least likely to get their credit cards. And similarly, we are going to give some sales promotions. So to whom to actually give these promotions? So who are the right people to give their promotions? So we cannot give the sales promotions to everybody, but we can identify people who are eligible for it. Similarly, we can go for fraud detections. So whenever which types of transactions are there, especially some kind of transactions which looks fraudulent. So if I want to find those kind of fraudulent transactions, or if I want to know, especially with regard to customer relationship management, so which of my customers are very loyal, and how many of them can leave, and who are not trusted. So if I want to know all these details, so if I want to analyze all these kind of things, so the only way which is going to help us is data mining. So basically what we are doing in data mining, same like the other minings, we are extracting. Extracting what? There we are extracting the required material. Here we are extracting the information which we need. So data mining exactly helps us in extracting such information. So as I said, we have been collecting loads and loads of data and we are keeping it in the warehouses. So whether it is a supermarket data or it's a web data, e-commerce data, bank data, credit card transactions. So, and also our computers have been very cheaper and they're very powerful. So using this historical data, we can actually try to mine many things and we can actually make a lot of knowledge out of it. And with the knowledge, we can give a lot of business also. So that is the commercial point of view, where using cheaper computers and getting more powerful information for a business purpose. And same data we are going to collect enormous from especially when we are going to see, forecast weather reports or remote sensors or satellites or telescopes. So all these, they need, so we have raw data, which is very infeasible raw data. So we can use some techniques and we can actually help the scientist how to do the hypothesis, or how to do classify properly, how to make, few words, things, segmentation, or all these techniques we can apply, and we can try to give them, for the raw data can be converted into a useful, knowledgeable information to the scientists. So this is data mining that's used in a scientific view also. So likewise, data mining is used everywhere. So let's go to the basic terminology of what is data mining. So now, if anybody asks you the definition of data mining, it's nothing but you're going to extract interesting patterns from huge amounts of data. I'm using the words huge amounts of data. So loads and loads of data are available, which are historical kind of data. So from there, we are going to draw interesting patterns. So what are these interesting patterns? It can be non-trivial, it can be implicit or unknown, or any potentially very useful, but we are unable to recognize. So all those patterns which we are not aware of, that can be drawn with the help of this data mining. So the another name we can give for data mining is simply we are doing there is we have big databases or data warehouses. From there, I'm trying to discover the knowledge. So that is again, we can call the data mining as knowledge discovery in databases. So extraction of interesting knowledge. Knowledge can be again, like we said, patterns or some rules or some regulatories or constraints from a data in large databases. So these are the various definitions given by various people. And the terminologies like, knowledge extraction, data or pattern analysis, data archaeology, data dredging, information harvesting, business intelligence. These are all the kinds of synonyms of data mining. So what exactly is done in data mining? We are going to extract the data, which is very useful data. So useful data, we are not going to call anymore data. We are going to call them as information or a pattern, which is drawn from huge amounts of data that is available historically. So this is the basic definition of data mining. So what is the motivation of it? So if you see, the analysis part, see from 1995 to a scale of 1999, people are more looking into the data gap. So we have loads and loads of data, but it has not been analyzed at all. But the data is being just, the information is being hidden and it is just kept aside. But people want, to discover useful information. But much of the data is never analyzed at all. So you can see the curve where you are able to see complete data gap. So this data gap, so analysts are becoming, so as the period is increasing, people are actually analyzing better. And now the awareness of analysis of data is being, data analytics came into picture where people are analyzing it in a good number. So where we can use data mining? It can be used in bankings, it can be used in customer relationship management or targeted marketing, just we discussed previously, or in the fraud detection or manufacturing and production. It can also be used in medicine. It can be used in pharmaceutical or scientific data or website or store design and promotion. So what is this KDD process? First of all, let's see what is this KDD process. So what is KDD? Knowledge discovery of data. So first, to do this, what we need to do? Like, straight away, I don't go and dig it. So whenever I want to do mining, I don't go straight away to that particular place and start digging. Before that, I have a small procedure to follow. So how to actually do that? I need a proper procedure. So I need to collect it. Okay. So when I'm collecting, what I'm trying to do? So I go, this is the way I collect it. So slowly, I take a sample of them and I collect it. And then what I do? So I'm talking about a normal gold only, say for example. Now I identified this particular area is a mine where gold is available. So I go to, so some metrics I found, and then I'm trying to dig that particular kind of a gold. Then when I'm collecting, I don't dig everything all at once. I'm going to do sample by sample. So that we are doing with data. So we are going to call it as a subset data. So we're collecting not all at once, but we are trying to take a sample of data. We're going to call this as feature selection. So it can be, based on some analysis, I'm going to collect that particular data. Using that data, the moment that the data is collected, I'm going to do a pre-processing. The next step I'm going to do with the data is I collect the data, the sample data is with me. And now I start cleaning this data. So cleaning in our data terminology is, so in normal cleaning is, I do some kind of, I remove the soil, I shine them. So I do something out of the gold. Same with the data. So data comes in different forms, different styles, and not all data will come in a neat way. You find missing values. So it's not proper. So we are going to do, that's called as pre-processing, where we try to clean the data. So that means we are going to fill up all the missing values. We are making to make it look like, in a same pattern, a similar pattern, which is very easy for us, where all information is available. So once the data is available, we are going to do a transformation. Like, say for example, in one particular kind of data, I get it as the format DD, MM, YY for a date. In another so this thing, I get it in the form of, just YY, MM, DD. So it can be any form. So I'm going to transform it into one form, universal form. So I'm going to use, then after cleaning is done, I'm going to do all this transformation techniques. So where we are going to evaluate and use some technique, and we are going to make it into a basic transformed and easily understandable standard objects. And now I do, the mining task. So now I evaluate something, what I want on it. I actually apply the query on it, and I try to visualize them in the form of graphs. So this whole process, I'm going to call it as knowledge discovery. And it is not a single process, because we are not collecting all data at once. It is a subset of data, a feature selection we are doing. So knowledge discovery is an iterative process. So for today, I think we just introduced what is data mining and basically what is done in a knowledge discovery of data process. Stop recording.